Good evening, and welcome to the Heikadelic Show. We would like to take this moment to let you know that viewer and listener discretion is strongly advised. So sit back, have yourself a nice cool drink or hot drink, and enjoy the show. And welcome once again to the Heikadelic Show.
Oh.
Hey!
Oh!
Here we are. And look at that, folks. Welcome to the Heikadelic Show. And today, right off the start, we have 5 windows, not 4. Welcome, everybody. Al Joynes.
Hello.
Top row center today. Look at that.
Nice.
Wow. Guest of honor.
We felt so bad for having Ringo away for a couple episodes that
I know, eh?
Fill it up and make him look more Brady Bunches.
You know,
I see Al's got somebody sitting on his lap there.
that's John.
I know. It's kind of weird. It freaks me out a bit.
Did you see that Ringo Starr probably caught COVID in Toronto when he played here? He had to cancel 2 of his shows.
Oh, no. Poor guy.
Is that what it was?
Yeah.
Oh,
COVID.
Johnson.
And it was Toronto, I think, was his last one at Massey Hall before he moved on with the band.
No.
Uh-oh.
But I digress.
Hi, Melanie.
I don't
Hey,
know.
Melanie.
I've had a few friends like very recently claim that they've got, COVID for the second or third time now. But whatever it is, it's hit them a lot harder, right? I've got a business partner who's like really having problems, like lung problems right now. So it's something's odd because we didn't hear much about it for a while. I'm sure there were still cases, but
it's quiet. They don't do the countdown anymore, and they don't tell us anything anymore. It's just kind of all just gone away, right?
Yeah,
it's still out there, obviously, but
it is still out there. And what I found odd was I flew to Vancouver last week. And so you have to wear masks and everything. And then I was listening on the news about how out west they want to just get rid of the masks now and just kind of, free it up. But in the background, they're saying now the numbers are coming up again. And it's like, well,
you know what?
October 1st, they got rid of all the mandates.
Yep.
Yeah.
So it's in effect, right?
So
you know what, guys? Again, this is my opinion, but all this numbers and everything, they just stop it already. It's enough, right? It's a freaking flu. We get them every year. It's a virus that goes around. Oh, thanks. All right, get your drink.
There you go now.
There we go. Did I start that?
Yeah. So, George, how's it
George,
going?
was that a cue for me to shut up, or what? What the hell was that?
No, let's not go down the old COVID path. You know what I mean?
Right.
I know. I'm just tired of hearing it. Like, just let it go already.
Yeah.
My wife just came back from Italy. They went with a group of ladies. They got COVID over there.
Mm-hmm.
So what? They got the cold. I came. They came back. We kissed and all that kind of stuff. Hadn't seen her a couple of weeks. I didn't get sick.
Well,
so
there you go.
Is it different over there? You know what I mean? Like, now that you've talked to somebody who got it somewhere different, is their symptoms any different than over here?
No, it's exactly the same stuff.
Okay,
Yeah,
just curious. So
Italy's different, though. I was so cool hearing about that country and how different their culture is compared to ours in North America.
We lead a really busy life.
Everybody there smokes. Like, everybody.
Mm-hmm.
In restaurants, out on it doesn't matter. There are no smoking laws. Everybody smokes. And this is one thing I find so bizarre. My wife said they were there for 3 weeks, and she may have seen 2 or 3 people that were overweight. Italians
Yeah.
are not overweight
Yep.
because they walk every single day, and they said they walk between 10 and 15 kilometers a day.
Yep.
So, sorry, but the people that are here are
And we
big
walk
because
McDonald's.
we drive everywhere, right?
Mhm.
You know, but over there it's completely different.
And the diet is much better. It's like
I was
Dolce
gonna say,
Vita.
Well, it's not much better. They ate pasta and pizza like freaking mental, like
Yeah,
and
Yeah,
seafood.
but
The seafood
pizza,
over there is amazing.
but the pasta
right?
is like different pasta, isn't it, over there? Probably.
different
It is.
seafood
It
and-
is
Yeah.
totally,
Like
totally
pizza,
different. But
pizza will be different. Yeah.
they ate a lot. Is
Mm.
what I'm
Yeah.
saying. They ate
So-
tons of food, and it was so good. They said, but
Mhm.
they walked it all off. Right? They
Yeah.
tons and tons of kilometers every day, just walking up and down. It's all mountains, right?
Yeah.
So
Al, in your travels, have you been to Europe at all?
No, but I plan to head to Scotland in March.
Scotland.
Mostly,
Nice.
New York City. I've been to Vegas a couple times, that kind of stuff. But
Yeah.
I Scottish heritage, and my dad was born in Glasgow, so gotta go. Gotta go see
Nice.
it.
Yeah.
Now,
Well,
are you
well,
into
Liverpool.
ruins?
Say again?
Sorry, are you into ruins?
Yeah. How do you know that?
I'm asking. I'm into ruins. I love ruins.
Yeah,
So
the ruins.
Scotland's
Yeah,
a place that I want to go.
yeah. I thought maybe you saw something in
No,
here.
no.
It's funny that you would say that. That's because I don't talk about it really.
Oh, wait a minute.
Awesome.
Though. Are we talking about ruins or runes?
Oh.
no ruins, like
places that are
old
destroyed.
buildings, right?
Or
Ah,
the
There you go. I thought he meant runes, but you meant
Oh.
ruins.
No. See, there you go. See, I'm a little bit
Oh.
more perceptive than you guys.
Yeah.
So
are
you're
you talking
about
ruins like
ruins,
stones?
No, I want to see the castles,
Like-
the heritage and all that kind of
Yep.
stuff. For sure.
Yeah.
Yep.
We
But
Are you talking like casting, like runes now? Wait a second. Now you got me.
right,
Yes.
casting runes. Yeah, I do
Okay.
that. sometimes.
I told you.
Oh, do you?
Like,
Okay.
You
Yeah.
guys don't. Yeah, you gotta like pause.
Okay, yes.
Pause.
Okay,
Listen for a minute. Listen.
Yes. Yes, I
But-
said ruins, but he said runes. Yes. Okay,
Right.
well that's kind of neat that
Al-
you do that.
Yeah,
Uh,
Al, we had a guest on one night. Derek, you probably remember who he was, and he made
111.
custom runes. Yeah,
Yeah.
Yeah.
Right.
it was a
but-
great show, actually. Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah,
they're pretty accurate. If you do it constantly, it
Right.
just helps with the day, right?
Yeah.
Sometimes, but
Right.
So I got a
we are
question.
rolling up on Halloween, so if you got any stories regarding, runes, good, bad, or different, or good or evil, yeah.
I've got a question for you, Al. Are you going to Liverpool or when you're over in the UK?
love to.
Are you going?
Well, if I could arrange that too, I would
Right.
definitely love to see Liverpool for sure.
Right, right.
Which leads
Uh-huh.
me to. Oh no, go ahead.
Well, I was going to say, because, I've been to Liverpool. Well, obviously, Manchester and Liverpool are quite close. I used to do a lot of gigs in Liverpool
Right.
back in the 80s. But get yourself one of these before you go over.
All right.
You got it all here.
Then what is that?
Beatles. It's the Beatles Guide to Liverpool.
Oh, okay. Right
Oh,
on.
neat.
And it's got all your... It just happened to be on my desk here, actually.
Oh, very good.
That's funny.
Oh,
Excellent.
it's a guided tour of everything
Love to go to
Beatles.
Abbey Road. I'd love to see the Abbey Road studio.
That's in London.
Are
That's in
those
London.
buildings all still there?
Yeah, a lot of them.
Yep.
Love
Because
it,
that
yeah.
was made quite a while ago.
That's crazy.
Well, Abbey Road.
Yes.
Abbey
So
Road is
the-
still there. Yeah, it's still being
Yeah.
used by the EMI Studios. Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah.
Well, that's cool.
But,
I'll look for that, George. That's great because
And this works because talking about 20 years ago, someone was going over to the UK and Liverpool, and I got this in Liverpool actually, not when I lived in England, but when I actually went over and visited, and we went on the Magical Mystery Tour,
right.
and brought it back, and I actually gave it him to take to Liverpool. And said it was perfect.
Oh,
And
good.
he gave it back to me. I thought he could have kept it, but still got it. So there you go.
Nice.
Love that stuff.
George,
Yeah.
you just reminded me of something here. Hang on a sec, guys.
Hey folks, it's time for George's backside, my favorite part of the show. So sit back and have a look at his backside, and you can catch George out in the clubs DJing. That's
cheers.
right, flipping those discs and whatever else he does. But hey, right now, I just want you to focus on his backside and come up with some answers.
I have one here.
Al, in case you don't know,
Okay.
in case I can't remember if we did it with you last time, but George does his backsides, and we have to guess what album it is through that.
They make me do it, Al. They
Yeah.
make me do this every
Yeah.
week. I have to show my backside.
That's,
Yeah, he shows the
know
back of the album,
why.
and we got to guess who it is.
and you get to do that, on the
Every
internet. So that's
Yeah, every week.
Yeah,
All right. I think this is an
Best
easy
part of
one
the
this
show,
week.
all right.
Oh, you
It's-
picked it. Wait a second, George. Let me try and make this a little more.
Large. Make me backside larger.
There we go. There we
Hey.
go.
Oh, there he is.
Hey!
Look at that.
Right. I want to see your backside bigger.
All right. Now don't all shout at once, but let's try this one.
I'm gonna get right in here this time.
Oh,
Al, hold it.
Oh, I know this.
that's a picture from the Road Warriors.
Yeah, I was gonna say it looks like
Rock
Doom
Sauce.
or something.
Yeah.
Is that Tina
I know.
Turner?
Is it Tina Turner?
Yes, is that Tina Turner?
Oh dear, let's see.
Chris
Oh.
the Bird. Chris the
Oh,
Bird.
hang on. Sound effects have gone. There we go. Chris the Bird.
No, wait. See, I thought it was like
Tina
Don't Leave
Turner.
Very Much.
Ah,
Okay, Kathy says Kate Bush.
Kathy says Kate Bush. Let's see. Is it Kate Bush?
Wow.
wow.
Oh my
Nice job, Kathy.
knows that
Well
album
done.
well.
Holy crap, you rock. That's awesome.
I thought it would be an easy one this week because we don't want to linger too long on my backside. We've got better things to do.
Well,
No,
maybe
I know,
that's
eh?
kind of hoping Al would have been able to offer up some, but that was a good one. I thought it was like so it's a person on a log. I couldn't quite see it.
No, it's a
like
telescope.
No,
Yeah.
it's like a camera
Well,
thing or something, or
Yeah,
for
yeah.
I
lights.
think, I
For
think it's some kind of telescope type
Yeah.
thing, and
Yeah.
she's on
Yeah.
the back there. Yeah,
And that's in the video in one of her.
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
now I see
Yeah.
it, yeah.
it is. It
Yeah.
is. Yeah, Kate Bush, brilliant.
Yeah, she's come
Nice.
like full circle. That woman, and
Yeah,
she
she
got
got
Yeah.
number one.
she
didn't
made a couple of $1 million after being on Strange, the network,
Strange Things,
or
but yeah,
Netflix.
Strange Things, whatever it's called.
Strange
Yeah.
Things.
Speaking
Yeah.
of
Made a couple
things
more
that
mil
just
off
like
that.
go away, whatever happened to Alana Miles? She came out. She was like
Yeah.
the biggest thing ever, and then all of a sudden gone.
Well, she
Yep.
she
No,
plays
she-
some local gigs.
she's-
I think
she's still
her
trying.
health isn't too
Oh.
good these days.
Hmm.
But yeah, because I'd seen her play over the years, at various clubs that I was hosting stuff at. So,
Huh.
wow.
well, she'd be
That's
nice
it.
that you brought her name up.
Yeah, there's
yeah.
another woman too. I can't remember her name right now. A singer. She does a tune, "Sitting on Top of the World." Damn, what's her name? Same
What's that?
thing.
Oh, what happened?
Remember
there?
that tune? "Sitting on Top of the World."
Oh,
She was-
not Karen Carpenter.
No.
I'm sitting on top.
Marshall.
Alanis
Marshall.
Morissette?
Morissette.
No, not Morissette. Marshall.
Amanda Marshall.
Amanda Marshall. That's it.
Oh, the Dark Horse CD. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I thought, what a great voice, powerful voice. And
Yeah.
same thing, all of a sudden, poof, gone. Where'd she go?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Luba is
Oh.
another one. Remember Luba?
Luba. Yeah.
Yep.
She was in Montreal and
Oh.
she was a great singer, but nothing really lately.
Mm.
The
No.
second floor song, Luca or
Al,
something.
have
I
you
think.
ever heard of
Luba. That's Luca.
Oh, okay.
But
You a Luba?
but it's sad, eh? The way some of these big popular artists just vanish.
yeah.
You know?
Really as big
Well,
as your last
they're
hit
either
record.
relevant or they're not, right? So if they drop
Yeah.
out of the limelight to start a family or whatever, then they've got to make a decision to come back and kind of build up the hype again, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I mean, that's one of the things, and I call them retreads. No disrespect to Anvil and all those guys.
What's going on there, Derek?
I'm sorry, my dog is gonna attack the cat that's getting cut. Okay, I am right now about 2 seconds away from like screaming because I'm gonna have cat nails embedded in my thigh.
Yes, uh-huh.
Sorry about that.
This happened to Derek a few weeks ago. The dog and cat started. That was it. Claws went into him.
Here, I'll bring the dog over here and let the cat go around back. Okay.
What kind of dog is it, Derek? What kind of dog you got?
So this one's a Morkie.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, here I'll pick him up and I'll.
Like we
This
just
is
lost.
Bourbon.
Oh, there you go.
Hey, Bourbon, see up there? He's my little buddy, but he's the same size as my cat.
Oh, okay.
Right. So
who's boss? The cat?
Ooh, it all depends on what day it is.
Right. If it's a full moon or not.
Yeah, and when it's on my lap, like they go, like she'll just dig in and jump at him, and it sucks.
Right.
I've got two Morkies. I've got his sister who is the runt, and she's 5 pounds.
Oh wow.
Yeah, so she's just a little tiny. It's cute.
Little thing.
And then I've got an Alaskan Malamute who's 100 pounds.
Oh, so you got 3 dogs.
Yeah.
Wow. We had 2. I had a bulldog and a chihuahua. It was like right out of the cartoons, right?
Yeah.
But they both 10 years. We only got 10 years out of both of them.
Oh man.
I know. It was pretty heartbreaking.
That's sad.
We haven't gotten another dog because I just can't go through that again at the moment, right?
That's really tough, right?
Yeah, it is. It was tough, like because you have to put them down, and you're there, and it's not the best thing, but
you lose a
but
piece.
It's so humane. I mean, they're going to sleep, and I have to remember. You have to remember that, and they had a good life, so and lots of memories.
Yeah, I put one down last November. She was like almost 16 years old.
Right.
But it is tough.
For sure.
But when it's time.
But now we're going around and we're seeing a lot of puppies. My mother-in-law, they just got a new puppy, and it was hard for them because a few months ago they had to put both of their dogs down at the same time.
Oh boy!
Right, one was old, one was sick. It was just brutal, freaking brutal.
And they booked a vacation, right? So
yeah.
And I like the cost of hoteling dogs now, as they call it, or boarding them. It's nuts. It's crazy.
Doggy hotel.
Yeah, it's
a lot more.
You might as well go yourself.
I find.
Yep.
I've been going to like a lot of places, and I was like, I'm surprised that they let dogs, and they're like, as long as your dog's like under 20 pounds or something, right? Or
yeah, but that's not a dog.
I'd rather get sword swallowing red.
That's not a dog.
Don't tell me that. I have a 5-pound dog who looks more like a dog.
I know. I've met your dog. Yeah, I remember.
Right?
I always kid people. I go, that's not a dog. That's a cat. Right? It barks.
You know what? I'd rather get sword swallowing red to stay at my place to look after my dogs than send them off to a boarding place. And I think he'd do it, right?
Of course he would. He's a good guy.
You'd have to ask him. All depends on where he's working, right?
I think he'd be down on it. Like, let's put it out there right now. If you're looking for someone to do dog/house sitting, Red is your guy. Yeah.
There we go.
All right. We're going to start him into a new business.
Yeah, so Red is a sideshow act who is friends with my band and all of us here, and he does crazy stuff. We've just been talking lately, and he's gonna come over and he wants to because I'm out in like redneck country, right? So he wants to come over and just do some cool stuff out here, like I got trampolines and 4-wheelers and
tie himself to a tree.
Yeah, but you just never know what this guy's gonna do.
No, he's not.
Well, the last time we had him on the show, which just a few weeks ago, just so you know, Al, he's a sword swallower, and he does all kinds of other crazy stuff too. But what he did on our show a few weeks ago, he swallowed a sword, and then he bent right over forward.
Ooh.
Yeah. And he was telling us what he's got planned up here is he wants to swallow a sword and get run over by a car.
Oh my gosh. Seriously?
Yeah, like he's out there. He does
Pretty
some
hardcore.
crazy
And that's
stuff.
your neighbor, Derek? That's your neighbor?
No, this is it's a friend of mine, right?
Oh, right.
Yeah.
Okay.
I play in a horror-based psychobilly band,
Yes.
and
Which I have to see one of these days.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I still got to come and drop off the MP3 for you.
Right. Yes.
But yeah, so he does sideshow stuff. He's friends, so he'll come out when we do our thing, right? And he'll either MC us or he'll do little acts
Razor blades
between us.
Oh yeah.
He does
Sometimes we just bill him as another act, right? And he literally goes in between the bands. So he is your MC for the 15 minutes in the switchover for the changeover for the bands.
He's gone out into the audience and he hands out a staple gun and he lets people take $10 bills and staple them to his body.
Do you know what a 50 will get you, Al? Guess where you can staple a 50, bud?
I think I'd rather strip.
I know, it's like,
if you want to
holy
staple a
crap.
50, he will too.
But it's a staple way to make a living, though, isn't it?
But I mean, if you can handle that, I mean, more power to him. Yeah.
Okay,
Keisha should be in the Jackass movie.
No, it's funny you say that though, Keisha, because so their sideshow act it's in Ontario has been a big thing. London has always been known for it, right? Even like down to remember Jumbo the elephant and stuff got hit by the train. So there's always been sideshow in Ontario, and these guys, they take it serious, right? Because it's pretty dangerous stuff.
For sure.
It is.
Red is literally the jackass of these guys. He is the Steve-O of these guys. So it's great to see him do this stuff, and it's educated guess or educated risks he is taking, right?
Yes.
Sometimes you got to maybe go, is that risk really worth taking right now, bud? Just you got to think twice about that, right?
Calculated, not educated. I think there you go.
Calculated risk. Yes.
Educated.
Thank you.
They're not really calculated because they've been tried and tested, right?
Okay.
So
all right.
it's like he knows he can bend over with a sword in his mouth. He's done that a million times. It's one of the things he does.
Right.
He rode a mechanical bull with two swords in his mouth at the Halloween party we were at, right?
Wow.
Yeah.
So there's a point where you go like, bud, if you fall and it could just be a slip.
Yeah.
Something serious is going to happen there.
Well, it freaked me out the one time when he did. Remember, he swallowed the two swords.
Yep.
And he explained to us. He said it's a difficult thing to do because those two swords have to stay on top of each other. He said if they slip while they're inside of you, now what you have is you have like a scissor action because they're sharp. So now if they're come apart and go back together, they can cut them very, very easily.
They are not sharp.
Well, they're not sharp like a razor, but
they're blunt. I don't want anybody to even think they're sharp. Anybody listening, they are not sharp. They are blunt.
Well, just it's the way he described the scissor thing. I figured they were kind of sharp.
No, it's just a pinch. And think about that.
Yeah.
Anything metal that goes like this, because you're going through two esophaguses or not esophaguses. Sphincters. Sphincters, right?
Yeah.
So you're going through two sphincters, and if you pinch those, that's just skin, man.
Yeah.
It just doesn't.
Last time I looked, I had two sphincters, so.
I think you probably blown two sphincters out by now.
But you know what they say. 3 squares a day.
I hope he's okay.
Oh yeah, no, he.
No, I know.
Yeah, no, he's good. He's great.
No.
Great guy. Yeah,
for him.
really good guy, actually. Good, just good-hearted person.
Cool.
Yeah.
Kind of scary because he's got horns.
Well, what was that? What
in
was
his
that?
head.
That touring act that was like the circus. When it came to the Phoenix and over the years,
There's
Jim
a few
Rose.
different ones.
Jim Rose.
Strange things.
Yeah.
Stranger
Rose.
Things.
Doctors are.
I brought
yeah.
Jim Rose on one time at the Phoenix, and he had some really cool characters with him that would do some really crazy things.
Yeah.
Like your friend. Yeah, that's right.
Yeah.
I don't know what happened to Jim.
Oh, it's called Something Strange tour.
Uh-huh.
Something strange. That's like Christopher Campbell. He's like the fire spitter guy, right?
Long time ago. Well, he would have he had 4 or 5
Danger.
different people.
Yeah. That's and they all do different things.
Yeah, and what Red's done too, he gets like a really long nail and hammers it up his nose.
Blockhead. Now
Blockhead. Yeah.
Blockhead is like the very first side. That's what everybody does, right? That's kind of like your introduction. After doing COVID, right? You've had COVID, right? You had to swab. It's the same thing.
Yeah.
Right?
There you go.
So there you go. There's the trick to blockhead.
There you
Yeah.
are.
Because you're in control
You can stick
of
stuff
that
in your
cast.
nose, and you can go pretty far in with it.
Yeah.
Just don't wiggle around too much. Well,
Tickle the brain.
he does it with a drill, and he literally like for reaction, he'll try and make himself bleed just to get reaction from people, right?
Right. Ew.
And he's like, it's so callous now that it's hard for me to make it bleed.
Wow.
Let it
It's a
bleed.
drill.
That's crazy. Well, I'm sure we're gonna have him on again.
Oh,
Yeah.
yeah.
Oh, Al, it was funny earlier you mentioned that you want to go to Scotland.
Yes.
Like I said, my wife's been to a lot of different places. Like again, she was just in Sicily for 3 weeks, and she didn't know what to expect there. But she came back and told me, you know what? The best place I've gone where I felt just this warm feeling like home, she said, was Scotland. She said that place did it to her. She said it was just the most amazing feeling, being in another country and it making you feel like you're home. So
Yeah.
I don't know what that is. I haven't experienced that, but that's what she told me. She's just loved Scotland.
Well, I have a feeling that'll probably be my case too. Once my grandparents came to Canada, once they settled in Toronto, they never went back to Scotland. And
Right.
neither did my father didn't until he was 65. But I want to go and like we were saying earlier, ruins and the castles and just the ambiance of it. Buy a kilt. I should have a kilt. And
Yes.
Leather.
My family. What would it be? My family pattern.
Yeah. You probably have a coat of arms and all that stuff too, right?
Coat of arms. That's it. Yeah.
Tartan. A tartan. We have a tartan.
Yes.
Actual family tartan, right? Yeah.
Yeah.
They have that there, and I find that so cool about that country is they have all that stuff, right? And you can go back, you could research it, you can find if you're from Scotland, you can find all this information, right?
So much.
I have some information for you. Do you know what every Scotsman actually wears under his kilt?
Usually nothing. I understand.
Maybe, but they all wear the socks.
Oh my God!
Sorry about that. I'll keep quiet for
George.
So, Al,
are you a
true though? It's true. It's a fact.
Al,
Right.
Where can we see you live next? Where's your next gig? Is it at the Edge or where
Well, it's pretty exciting. As I was mentioning earlier, the number one hits of the Beatles is going to be at Roy Thompson Hall coming up October 21st.
Excellent.
And we're really looking forward to it. I'm going to do some live segments with them because I'm usually up on the big screen.
Right.
But for this, I'll come out and intro it, and then I'll come in the middle, and really looking forward to it. Like there's 300 seats left, so it's almost sold out. So
wow, that's selling out. Yeah.
Pretty excited about it. it's all in 4K, and the band is fantastic. Frank Zeroni is the producer of the show. He was in 01 and other bands over the years, and a big Beatles fan. So that's why he put together the one show and called me up out of the blue in 2015. Said, "Do you want to do this?" When I was still working at Q, and I said, "Yeah, let's try." So it's kind of like the show's grown over the years. So we're pretty excited about it. Then COVID hit, and so we all had to take a break. Yep. But so that's October 21st. So thanks for asking for that. It's
nice.
Good. Yeah.
Well, it's actually Kathy had asked where your next gig was. One of her regulars.
Thank you, Kathy. Is she in Durham? Because that's Thursday. Thursday we're doing Tribute Thursday with Pearl Jammin' this coming Thursday if she's out this way.
Nice. Oh, okay.
And where are you doing that?
At the Edge Lounge. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Excellent.
Yeah, that's like it's not far. I'm up North Pickering, like north of Ajax.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
So yeah, it's straight run down Salem.
That's a great place. I was just at the Edge a couple of weeks ago, and I saw Tears of a Deity and the great old rock band from way back.
Anvil.
Oh, Anvil. Thank you, George. I just had a brain
I
fart.
have my uses.
Were you there that night?
Yeah, I was there.
Oh,
I was actually right beside the stage.
Oh, well, so you saw me bring him on, I guess. We were talking about Q and all that crap.
No, I missed that.
Yeah, at the Edge Lounge with Anvil. No,
yes.
Yeah, cool.
Oh, wow. Yeah.
I would have said hi.
If I would have known you were there, I would have looked for you, because I was even in the front of the stage taking pictures and stuff like that for a while, and right. It was a great night.
It was, and they're still really good, and Lips is Lips and I go way back, even to the early 80s and late 70s when he would be doing solo stuff, and just before they went into got into Anvil and stuff. So quite a history, and to see him still doing his thing with him and Rob, and who's the bass player?
Rex? No.
I'm pretty sure
it starts with.
He's great too.
Yeah.
I know Rob and Lips pretty good. Steve's, good.
Yeah, and you know what? Just sitting there watching these guys, I've seen them a few times, and they got it. They still got all of it, and the way they play, their body language, you can tell they're up there and they're having a blast. They're enjoying themselves, right? Yeah. They're into the music. He comes out and he plays amongst the fans, and I love the drummer. He's got an unlit joint in his mouth the entire freaking show.
Well, funny story.
Yeah. But what I loved about that is they had a guitar solo, they had a bass solo, they had a great drum solo. You just don't hear that anymore, and that's so sad, because that's typical 80s music, is they always did their solos, right?
For sure.
And seeing it that night, I loved it.
Yeah. They've been doing this.
Would have been Chris Robinson that they had at this time. It looks like they've had a couple of bass players.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. So they've been doing this for about 35 years, and it's pretty much the same act. So they're solid, well rehearsed.
Yeah,
for
sure.
Yeah.
Like Rob is a phenomenal drummer, right? Like there's no doubt about it. Like every time I've seen them, I just love watching him, and he always does a solo that's cool, and
they're passionate.
They still have the energy for sure.
Yeah. Yes,
so
they do.
I went on tour with them, and we did. We were out in Ottawa, and so they're like, they've got this this lady that works with them on their merch and helps with stuff. So they're like, hey, can we borrow your truck? We want to get some weed. And I'm like, because ours is hooked up to the trailers, so I'm like, yeah, I guess so. Oh, you know what? That time we weren't touring with them. I was doing tour management for them. Anyway,
okay.
So stupid me, I'm like, yeah, okay. So they take off, and they didn't just buy a couple of joints, right? my truck was like, I swear, there was a lot of weed. And
What,
then
the
I'm
box
like,
was
well,
full?
wait a minute, it's not legal yet. So if my truck got pulled over, that, anyway, so there was that. But then when we were doing a tour thing with them, and then I'm following them down the 401, I finally catch up with them, right? And it's not hard to maybe I shouldn't be saying this on, but so it looked like their radiator had popped off, right? Because all of this billowing smoke is, but no, they just had the window rolled down. So, but yeah, they haven't changed in 35 years. And if you get the chance to watch Story of Anvil, it's being re-released.
Yes.
And it's really, I enjoyed it. I watched it a couple times, but when I was in LA in 2017, beginning of 2017, January, I was doing this Hollywood Hills tour thing, and the guide was like, "Hey man, have you ever heard of Anvil? Because you're in Canada, right?" And I said, "Actually, I'm doing a show with them in a few weeks." So they're like, they were all about them in LA. They were like huge. And it's funny because it's ironic because that there were a lot of reasons why Anvil never, made it as big as, let's say, Metallica and all of these. But in Story of Anvil, you've got Metallica doing interviews about them, Slash, you name it.
They were playing with every big band in the 80s, right?
Absolutely. But they were mismanaged, unfortunately. Mm-hmm. And when I went out on stage with them at Music Hall, and I remember the first time I played with them, we were like direct support. So we ended up, when I went out, the first thing I said was, "Hey, you know what? Anyone out there ever buy Columbia House records and tapes for $1?" And so like half the crowd, being borderline seniors like myself, we're all into it. But the first metal tape that I got that was anything close to thrash or like a Metallica was Anvil, Metal on Metal, on a cassette. And I had my Ghetto Blaster, and sorry, I had to emphasize that for other. So I wore it out, and it was pretty awesome to be playing on the same stage as my old.
Absolutely.
Heroes,
And it was funny at the show too. I kept wondering, when are they gonna play Metal on Metal? When are they gonna play Metal on Metal? They saved it for the last freaking song.
But there, you know what?
Well, because if they played it first, would you stick around?
Hell yeah.
So Al, we got Kathy has another question because Kathy's full of questions.
Yes.
Thank you.
What's your favorite gig that you've ever hosted?
Favorite gig that I've ever hosted?
Yes.
Yeah.
That's a good question.
That'd be a hard one.
I have to think about that one for 1 second. Probably gosh, I don't know. So because there's been so many.
You see the smoke coming out from behind his ears?
What? Well, probably
have a breather, and just while you're thinking about that, how did your love affair with the Beatles start? Where did it all start from?
Hearing their song on 45, it was "I Want to Hold Your Hand" at my friend's house. I think I was because people know how old I am. I was probably 7 years old, I guess, when I heard that.
Oh, wow.
But apparently, according to my father, I heard "Love Me Do" on a radio show in Toronto. Ray Sonnen did a Calling All Britons.
Okay.
And he played "Love Me Do" for the very first time on the radio.
Right.
Okay.
Oh, okay.
So, and then of course the TV show, right? The Ed Sullivan was a biggie too.
Yeah.
That show did so much for
a lot of people.
Yes. Creatively, inspirationally, just everything.
Mm-hmm.
From punk to like everything.
We've got a really, really good show for you tonight.
Well, I was still in England. I heard Luba was still in England because I didn't come here till like 87 to live. I mean, I've been here a few times, but I was 11. To make you feel better, when you heard my first Beatles record. So there you go. And the first one I ever had was my mum and dad surprised me with. It was the Twist and Shout EP, which I still have here. That was my first one. Yeah.
Okay, Al, you figure out your.
Yeah, I was thinking
that you...
Rush. I hosted a thing at at the Molson Amphitheater at the time. Now it's the Budweiser stage, but bringing Rush on, and the guys, side stage just before I went, they just went, "Al, thank you, it was great." I mean, they probably said it to 1,000 other people, but
I've been to you.
A Rush fan from over the years. I mean, I saw Rush at my high school, as probably some of you guys did too.
Yeah, and, I did as well. Yep.
I followed them for so long, and Alex and Getty, they're just fun people to be around, and so that's probably the one gig that I remember, because I went back after their show and got an autograph and all that stuff, and but there's been many. I've been lucky. I'm just a lucky guy.
You must know who Rudy Blair is, right?
Yes, Rudy. Yeah.
I mean, I love Rudy. He's awesome. And he's always sending these little positive vibe messages out on Facebook every day. But
yes, he is.
But he's a serious red carpet guy. Like the events he goes to and stuff like that. Like, do you get involved with any of that kind of celebrity stuff?
With the film stuff? Well, just interview situations for me, and at Q, I met them all. I think I mentioned last time Ozzy coming into the building and wanting to smoke, and we took into the interview room, and he insisted on having an ashtray, saw Tommy Lee leave the studio when one of our announcers, Hungry Man, asked him if he was Pam's bitch, and he just called him Emperor fucker, and sorry, can you say that?
That's okay. No, that's good. Right? That's all good.
And stormed out of the building, and I happened to be in the elevator with him, and he was livid.
Really?
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah,
that's funny. You think he'd come back with a line or something like that, not storm out?
He was gone. Yeah.
Tommy Lee is one of those guys too. He's like one of the first guys to have his whole life in the spotlight.
Yeah. Did you see the movie Pam and Tommy?
Yeah, Pam and him.
I watched a bit of it. I stopped watching it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because the acting was superb. I think they're going to be up for an Emmy, or they got an Emmy, or whatever they got. But it just showed what kind of an asshole Tommy Lee was in the beginning. With all that money, and he really was. I mean, if you read his books and stuff, and he's self-admittedly, and even on tour this summer, he went off the wagon badly. So he's got his problems and stuff like that. But when when he's just Tommy Lee and he's a musician, he's quite amazing. But as a person, I think that he needs to
he needs some help.
Yeah. Well, a little bit. So I was heading back from Vancouver, and I was sitting on the aisle side, and it's a long flight, 4.5 hours, right? And it was kind of like a red-eye flight. And when you're on the aisle seat, you can get to the washroom conveniently, but you can't really nuzzle up and sleep. I like the window seat for that, right? So anyway, I thought, well, you know what? I'm going to spin The Dirt, which is, that movie about Motley Crue. But I don't know. I can't even count how many times I've watched that. I thought it was pretty well cast. Because if you read the book, The Dirt, it's there's a lot of really crazy extreme stuff in there that was never didn't make it to that movie. But I thought it was a pretty good well cast and a pretty good overview of what sort of a vibe of what the band was like, because they were really crazier than what you saw in the video, right? But but yeah, I could see Tommy doing something like that. So what would you say then is your, like, so obviously Ozzy, I mean, gosh, that's amazing. But what would you say your best interview was?
My best interview. One of my best interviews was with was a Yes interview with John Anderson and I'm having
a brain fart.
I am.
It's a brain fart, folks.
Oh. There we go. Sorry. That was Yes with John Anderson, Steve Howe, and I'm a real big Steve Howe fan. I can't believe it. That was probably one of my favorites. Roger Waters was another one.
Yeah.
But I John Derringer and myself and a few other Q jocks did like a round table with him. Yeah. And and he wasn't so much into politics as much as he is now, wrecking Pink Floyd's music, I gotta say. With his opinions. And that's just my opinion, but I just wish he would, stop, being so political with the Pink Floyd songs, because people will start relating his views to that music,
that's sad.
So
I always thought
that one too.
I always thought Pink Floyd, like say The Wall, for instance, right? My memories of that, and I've listened to it over the years. Love it. I could just listen to it all over and over again. But back when I was a youngster, and we'd smoke a lot of weed, but allegedly. But for fun, we'd get back to my buddy's house, and his parents were like always gone on the weekend. So we'd raid gardens for vegetables and kind of sustain ourselves. and we had we had a good source of weed. But we'd sit back and we'd spin the albums, right? And basically one night, do you know where you hear like a bomb coming, and then you hear a crash and everything stops, right? So we were listening to that track, and it was probably about 3, maybe 4 in the morning, and we're all sitting on the floor, leaning up against the wall, higher than a kite. And all I remember hearing was the bomb, right? And all of a sudden, crash.
Oh,
now
you know what it is?
It's morning, right.
It's not a bomb. It's a plane diving.
A plane,
like
like
a Stuka, right? The old prop planes. Yeah, that's it.
Yeah.
I know what you're talking about.
Went from 3 in the morning to all of a sudden 8 or 9 in the morning, and the room is light now. It's not dark, but I'll remember that forever. But I always thought with Pink Floyd, like obviously there's messages behind the way they've written, and I'm a songwriter as well, and all this stuff I write has kind of not even innuendos; they're a little more direct. But so I totally get that. But I always found that Floyd songs, and I debate this with my friends to this very day on a number of songs, that the meaning, right? Like what? Obviously, The Wall had huge meaning behind it overall, but each song and the songs within the songs, I mean, it was amazing. But given enough weed, your perception, I think would change.
Yeah.
So,
wow.
So Al,
well, it's funny you brought me back because you said parents and all that kind of stuff, and I had a buddy I used to hang out. His nickname was Wallstone. That's what he liked to do. But we'd all go to his place and party. It was the place to go. And he had the basement of the house, and his parents lived upstairs.
Yeah.
His mom was retired. His dad was a retired cop, too. And, we'd sit there and puff on a couple of joints. And then all of a sudden, his mom would come downstairs. And you hear her just yelling at Dave, right? Dave, it smells like fucking dead cats down here again. Open a window. It was always this dead cat smell. It was like, Jesus. Yeah.
So,
So
to me, one of the underrated Roger Waters albums, I think, is Radio Chaos.
Yeah.
What do you think of that one?
I like Radio Chaos. I saw
It's
the tour.
really good. Is it on the tour?
That was back in, what was it, late 80s, early 90s?
86, 87.
Yeah.
You don't hear that one much, right? But I think it's a brilliant album. The whole idea of it.
Oh,
So you're big into Floyd as well?
Who, myself?
Yes.
Yes. I saw Pink Floyd for the Dark Side of the Moon tour in Hamilton at Iverwood Stadium back, in, what was it, 1977? So, yeah.
Ooh.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
And it was that concert that all of us kids converged on the stadium, and Hamilton just went, oh, where are all these kids here? And it was the Floyd show, and I lost a pair of Master John shoes on the bus. I must have paid about $120 for them, and I saw the bus going away. My shoes. It was amazing.
No.
It was an incredible show. And yes, so I'm a Pink Floyd fan. Thank you for
So what about Dark Side of the Rainbow?
I've experimented with that. We did that on Q a couple times on Halloween. Yeah.
Okay.
We I guess with the advent of the internet, we did something. I think it's still on YouTube actually. We actually synced it up.
Yep.
Yeah.
A few people have done it. Yeah.
Coincidence, though. Coincidence.
So, were you at Q when you were on the 32nd floor? Was it 32nd floor?
30th floor.
The 30th floor.
Yep.
And was Gary Slate the program director at that time?
That's right. Yes, he was.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Right.
But he was never my boss
Right.
because I went out west. He wanted to hire me, but I went out west, and when I came back, it was who was program director? Andy Frost.
Okay.
And, Andy Frost was the one that hired me.
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay.
I was that shot up there. Like, I won't go boy with it, but yeah.
No,
yeah.
It was
in '83. I actually was up there in the studio with Gary Slate doing some stuff. Yeah. And then they found out I was on holiday. I didn't live here. And we were, I thought he lived here.
Wow.
Yeah.
Yeah, he was, he quite the character.
Oh yeah. I mean, then he went to CKFM 99.9 standard broadcasting, right?
Yeah.
And I used to see him on cruise boats, and he still used to come up and chat with me in like the noughties. Yeah.
Right. Yeah.
And, but that view up there was like, I mean, I thought if I could work up here, that'd be fantastic. So I'm very envious that you worked at the radio
out over Yonge Street. It was like, you were in a kind of a spaceship kind of, I could say, hey, flash your lights at me, everybody, and all the lights would flash. It's like, oh my God, people were listening.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's really cool.
Was that your favorite place to work on radio, or has it been some others?
No, Q. That was the best for sure.
Yeah.
I have no desire to work there again, but the time that I spent there, was magical. We had some problems that have been dealt with lately with the morning show with John Derringer and my view on that, guys, is that we all have arguments with people. We all have our own opinions, and we all but don't demean a person. Don't swear at them. Don't
you're an idiot for thinking that way. In other words,
and I think this is what happened in the Derringer camp. He just went too far. And never forgot, and Jennifer and Maureen, I worked with both of them, and they're just wonderful ladies, very talented, and they didn't deserve what they got. So hopefully John is getting some help, and that he will, if he comes back in some other form, then so be it. But I think he's probably done for a while.
Right.
Yeah. Well, he's had this for a while, because I have a friend who invited us to their friend's place who actually lived right next door to him.
Oh, okay.
And when we were there, he came over, and you know what I mean? You got to see it firsthand. I don't want to say anything bad about the guy, but yeah, he needed a little hand, right? You know, he needs some help. So hopefully he gets the stuff figured out.
Yeah, because he has 3 daughters. Yeah. He has 3 wonderful daughters, and he's got to be able to, be able to relate to them in at every possible level. So, but
So, Al, if you were in radio, what would you think you would have, if you'd gone into something else? What would it have been, or is it anything else you would have gone into?
I wanted to be a filmmaker. Yeah, when I left Q the first time, I took some more classes at Ryerson in motion picture production, and I made a couple of videos, a couple of music videos, and then I got called back into radio, and the stuff that I do now on my Facebook page or whatever, or YouTube, that's my outlet. That's where I, But film would have been my thing.
All right.
Do you ever think of doing videos or something? Like just little short?
I did. They were funded by Video Fact and all that kind of stuff. We got loans and grants and all kinds of stuff. So, but that was years ago. Now, unless I was involved with a project, I probably wouldn't be going in that direction again.
You're still doing a bit of radio though, right?
In Coburg, Classic Rock.
Coburg. Yeah.
9.
Yep.
What time slot? What time slot are you on?
I'm a swing guy. I'm that perpetual swing guy, filling in mornings or afternoons, and I'm trying to get in on a regular basis. It's a small radio station. My broadcasting is a great little local company. With places all over Ontario, and
Is it tough though, like moving around, like you say, you're all over the 24-hour clock, because some days you're up at whatever time to do 7 and other days. So how do you cope with all that then? It's like
it was hard at Q because I did all kinds of crazy hours. Now it's sporadic, so I look forward to it.
Right.
It's no big deal I still wake up at 5 a.m. to drive my wife to the GO station every day, and I come home and nap again. So I'm a napper. I love to nap.
So
being a napper,
I'll be napping
so
soon.
The Coburg station that you're on, what's their handle?
Classic Rock 107.9. That's their handle.
107.
Okay.
Yeah.
107.9.
Yeah, I don't have I thought I had a sticker here. But it's like an old Q. They play. They don't edit songs. They don't. It's funny because I played a Big Sugar song a couple of weeks ago.
Yeah.
And because Q did a little editing with some of the songs, I played the song and went, oh, there's a middle to this, right? Because they short the song. Wow, this is cool.
I did that. I did that at a band tryout once. The guy's like, "Hey, learn this song," and it was Rage Against the Machine. I learned the "Fuck You, I Won't Do What You Tell Me." Anyways, I learned that song just off the radio because I had like a day to learn it, and I forgot that it had the whole end of it basically.
Yeah.
I'm like, and they're like, "What are you doing, man?" I'm like, "Oh yeah, sorry."
I know, it just dawns on you. But no, it's a good station. I really like it. I think it's got, and at my age too, I'm just lucky to be doing what I'm doing. So
yeah.
Well, sure. You were at Q though when Q was like everybody listened to Q. Q was it.
Yeah.
The Edge
I listen to that station every single day, going to work and coming home from work. I listen to Q.
Yeah.
And I remember all you guys like. It was a part of your day, right?
Yeah. Jimmy James, I miss Jimmy. He used to do middays at Q, and Scruff, who's no longer with us. I wasn't much into Jesse and Gene. I don't like that juvenile kind of, hi, is Mr. Wang there? That kind of stuff. It's like, no, I don't
Wing to Wang number.
I've always been a music guy, and So
but did you like the Champ?
Oh yeah, Bro Jake and I, yeah.
Well,
yeah. No, Jake really, no, I love that. that stuff's great. Chicken Man, even, you know, but
Chicken Man.
Yep.
Oh my God,
Yep.
I just forgot about Chicken Man.
but
Oh,
the
yeah.
childish bullying
Everywhere, he's
stuff,
everywhere.
you know, the childish bullying stuff, I just didn't.
Yeah.
Right,
I call it
right.
the Howard Stern type crap.
Yeah. I'm glad Howard. You know, Howard's a really good interviewer. And
Awesome. Drags
when-
the shit out of people.
I think so, and I learned a lot from him when he was on Q. Like, you know, the boundaries and the limits that we could, you know, take it to, and I mean, it was heavily edited, guys. It was, you know,
Yeah.
You listen to the Buffalo feed and you listen to the Toronto feed, and it was totally different. But and the average listener really didn't realize it unless you're a real Stern fan. But but the fart noises and all that. See, I mean, it's funny.
Yeah.
I can do it too, you know, but
Yeah,
you know, the old artificial fart under the arm kind of thing. But
That was funny when I was 8.
He went all. Yeah,
funny when I was 8. Yes.
Yeah.
So
Kathy was asking there about
Yeah.
the Radio Chaos tour. I guess she wants to know a little bit more about it.
Yeah, did you see the Radio Chaos tour?
Yeah, you did,
yes,
right?
the guitar. Hang on, I got it here. Hang on.
Look, he's the man. He's got stuff right there. Look at that.
Where is it now?
I bet you if you asked for a bullhorn, he'd just pull one right out of his back pocket.
Yeah.
Bullhorn. Oh,
Oh, here we go.
Look. See? Ah,
Wow. Like magic. Like
he's in the
magic.
magic room, man.
I have amused to death. That was good too. That's when I interviewed
Oh, right.
Roger Waters. But no, the Radio Chaos he featured. That was his first solo tour. That was
That's right.
away
That's
from
right.
Floyd, right?
Yes.
And he did, you know, his work, and most of Radio Chaos, the actual CD. He was probably one of the first people to actually do that, to play the, you know, his music from top to bottom.
Yeah.
But I think the best Floyd show I saw was what was it, a few years ago at Rogers Center or Skydome. It was where they actually broke up. That was really good.
Is that
I mean,
the
they
one
were
where
all
the
in there.
kid passed away, went into the lake?
Yes.
So that concert kind of traumatized me.
Yeah.
Because I was at that impressionable age, and it was like Pink Floyd's cool, and I just was learning about drugs and stuff, and then all of a sudden you hear like this kid took acid and walked into the lake and died.
Yeah.
And it's funny how that stuck with that show, right?
Well, for sure it did, because
It's wild. It was like
that stuff that happened. Toronto was known for like having, you know, like their chickens' heads ripped off by people, and you know, other silly acts like people jumping, swimming to the island and stuff, right?
Right.
Then to have somebody to die after a show that, you know, was with people.
Yeah.
That was around 88, I think, 1988, I
It
think.
would, somewhere around then. Yeah.
Wow. Yeah.
Well,
Yeah, he forgot how to swim.
Well, and I'm lucky I made it home from the Hamilton show. Let's put it that way. So, you know,
Many shows. Oh my God.
we've all had those moments where, you know, it's like, you know, I don't know. It's,
Yeah.
It used to
Some
be
of
a
the
little different when we were younger.
yeah.
You know what? It
remember.
was. It really was. And
Oh.
you know, I've gone to the city a couple of times, and even Toronto now is so different.
Mhm.
You know, we'd go.
Bars
I lived in
used to close by 12
Ajax,
o'clock.
right? Yeah, I lived in Ajax. It's a town that had nothing, did nothing. If you had to do anything, you went somewhere else, right? So we'd pile in the car, and I drive down to Toronto, and we parked the car like in the alleys behind Yonge Street. You know what I mean? There used to be alleys there you park your cars in, and then you walk around, and it was a cool place to go. It was exciting. There was always something happening, but it was fun. You know what I mean? It wasn't crazy, stupid. There wasn't crime. There wasn't all that shit going on. Toronto was a great place to go just to enjoy yourself.
Yeah, walk down
Right?
Yonge Street. Walk up.
Yeah.
I
You'd walk up
Yeah.
one side, down the other side, and that was our evening. And what we did in those 6 hours was fun. It was great. We did so many different things.
And lots
Saw some weird stuff too, but
see, I grew up right at the era when Toronto just started getting pretty bad, right? The late 80s, early 90s. Like the early 90s, that was the first time when, you know, they called it the year of the gun, right? What was it, like 94 or 95 or something like that, right? Toronto was pretty bad for a while.
Well, when I came over, I was working in Toronto in a club in Toronto, and we bought a house in Ajax. Actually, I lived at Ajax for 18 years.
Oh wow!
From 87 to 2005. Lived on just off Westney Road. Right, it was 18 years. But so we bought this house, and and I was working, you know, downtown Toronto, and people go, "So where is it you moving to?" I went, "Ajax." And I'm like, "Where the hell's that?" You know, and I said, "Oh, it's like, you know." He said, "Why are you living in the boonies?" All right. And I thought, "Whoa, okay." You know, but no, I loved Ajax. Ajax was on the up and up then. So
I grew up there. It was a great town. It really was. Yeah. It just, there was not a nightlife. There wasn't anywhere to go. There were no drive-ins. There was nothing. You had to go to like
Pickering.
We did have roller skating in Ajax. There was a place there we used to go to, but other than that, you went up going for movies and shit. You went to Pickering. If you wanted like a downtown nightlife, you went to Oshawa.
Right.
Ajax had nothing, right?
Yeah.
And then we get brave. I said, "Who wants to go?" I'd pile 6 or 7 people in my old car, and we'd hit downtown Toronto, right?
Yeah. Well, the Go wasn't even open when we moved there. It opened like about a year later.
Not for us either. No, we had to drive down. Yeah. But you could literally, like I said Dal earlier, you could drive down Yonge Street, pull off on a side road, and park in the alley behind the stores, like behind Sam the Record Man and all those. There was an alleyway there, and that's where you put your cars, and then you could go for a walk. But that's all gone, right?
So Kathy's saying Zodiac won for roller skating. So yeah, she's lived in Ajax forever.
Yeah.
Right. Yeah, it changed a lot in those 18 years. So Al, you've obviously been to a lot of concerts, obviously. Mm-hmm. Right. So what did, as a person of a certain vintage, like myself, what did you do with all your tickets?
They're in my drawer here.
Oh, okay.
Good for you.
My wife, though, Barb, she's the collector. She's the one that she has the ones, you know, the Who at Maple Leaf Gardens from 1971.
Oh, okay.
And, it's funny because we went to the Guess Who this summer with Cummings and Bachman. And I actually had a ticket. Because usually it's done on my phone now, right? It's done on our phones. So I went, "Oh, you're giving me a ticket. That's great. Thank you." So, but they're few and far between now.
Well, I was just going to say, I mean, my first concert was 1969. It was the Who in Manchester, England. I still have the ticket, and I've pretty much got 99% of all the tickets from all the concerts I've been to, and I have them in frames. Like around the walls and that, you know, and you look at the prices for one thing, it's just unbelievable.
Oh, I know, eh?
$275.
Well, last night, I mean, the Who are my band, right? I mean, back in '65, my first record I ever bought was the Who. But last night I went to the Scotiabank Arena.
Oh, good.
Right, to see them last night, and I'm thinking it's the first time I've had one of these. It's a your ticket is on your phone.
Yeah.
It's on your phone. Yeah.
How am I going to frame that with my other stuff?
Well,
print it off.
You have to print it off.
Yeah.
Print it off. Yeah.
Do
a screensaver. A screensaver. Or a photo,
but it's crazy.
Yeah.
You
capture the image and print it, right? That's all you could do.
Yeah. So I mean, talking about Toronto, how it's changed, the security with the metal detectors, and you have to empty your pockets to go to a concert now. It's so sad, right? You know, it's unfortunate. Yeah.
So, Al, we know you got to get up early and drive your wife to the GO train.
Yes.
And Derek's a pretty organizer. He's got to move everyone's meat. But it was awesome to have you on. Hopefully we can get you on again at some point. And really appreciate it. It was good, good chatting.
Absolutely.
I think,
You guys are a lot of fun.
What's that? Sorry.
I said you guys did a lot of fun.
Thanks.
Yeah.
We're still hanging
We hope
in
to
there.
have you on again because you're a great guest. You got so much knowledge about the city and music and everything, and it's always fun to have you on the show.
Thank you. I wish we could have chatted at Anvil because I was hosting it. I don't know why. I guess maybe you were.
Yeah, I just somehow I just missed you. I must have been getting drinks or food or something and totally missed it.
Well, that's okay. As long as you're there for the show.
Yeah,
it's all good.
Hey, you just had Wednesday 13. Or no, wait a second. Frankie Soda. Yes. Yeah. Sorry, I just saw him like at the night before.
Well, he hurt himself at our show at the Edge.
Did he burn himself?
He went onto somebody's shoulders, and the guy collapsed with the guy who was climbing on the shoulders. So Frank went right down. He had, I don't know if you saw the pictures on the internet, but he had a scar here. And it looks like stitches, but it's the frets from his guitar.
Yeah.
No way. Oh my God, really?
So we took a break, and he went in the back and got himself together, and he came back out, and then he did the flame thing.
Yeah.
And ended the show. But he hurt himself for sure.
Yeah.
Wow.
That's got to be on YouTube.
Yeah. When I saw him, he with the pig, right? The second woo. But anyways, with the pig, when he did it, he leaned forward and it blew out and down on his arm.
Oh shoot! When was that?
That was the night before.
Oh, at
the rock pile.
Rock pile.
Right. Anyway,
or the weekend before. Sorry, the weekend before.
But thanks.
So Al, are you there Thursday nights at the Edge?
I'll be there this Thursday for Pearl Jamming.
Nice. All right.
They're a really good band. Really, really, really tight Pearl Jam tribute.
So listeners out there, if you're into good music and you want to meet Al Joynes in person, go Thursday nights to the Edge in Ajax. It's a great place. They got good wings and good beer.
Yes, they do.
Yeah.
Thanks, Al. Thanks for coming.
Potato skins.
And potato skins.
All right.
Take care.
Take care, buddy.
Wow, that was awesome.
Yeah. Always a great guest. Love having him on.
Yeah.
Oh, speaking of other guys in music, just before the show tonight, I saw Johnny No Cash's new post. Have you guys been keeping track of him?
Yeah.
He's out in Vancouver, and he's doing something called Thrash Grass.
Yeah. I actually tried calling him when I was in Vancouver last week, so I didn't connect. But it was.
Oh, bummer.
It was kind of local. I could have bought him a beer, but. We'll get him back on.
Yeah. So you guys know what thrash grass is?
Well, it's bluegrass mixed with thrash.
Yeah, that sounds pretty cool. So he's gotten into that, I guess, out there. So we'll have to see if we get a hold of this guy. I've seen quite a few posts lately from him, so he's getting back into the music. You know what I mean?
Yeah. They're playing, figuring it all out in his head, maybe.
Probably.
Not sure.
I think he's doing well. He seems like he's matured something. I don't know. Something's happened with.
He's been on the road for about a year now, so.
Yep, something's happened with him over the last year, and it looks like he's doing really well. So.
Yeah. No, he's enjoying it for sure. Yeah, we touch base once in a while, so I'll get a hold of him and get him on.
Nice. Do that, bud. That'd be great.
Yeah. All right.
Oh, you want? I'm going to get you guys off guard. Do you guys know what dildos and tofu have in common?
Oh, my God.
Fuck. Are we going to have to stop coming here on Monday?
Any ideas? Come on. No. Dildos and tofu. What do they have in common? No?
No idea.
They're both meat substitutes.
Yeah.
Yeah, there we go.
It wasn't.
Oh,
I thought that
speaking
could have went
about-
somewhere else. So
Speaking of field notes,
Let's do this.
That's all, folks.
Yeah.
there's a place in Lindsay.
Yeah?
Lindsay on the main street. It's called Bongs and Dongs. So I actually
Really?
went in there to see what that was all about. And
Okay.
one side of the store has bongs and the other one has glass dongs.
No way.
Yep.
Is that in the old part of town?
No, it's
Like downtown?
It's the main street downtown. Yeah.
The main road there.
Yeah. Right at the end, right where I think it's 35 meets Main Street.
Okay. Gotcha.
So there, and what's weird about it is there's a cannabis shop right next to it, and you know,
Oh, of
there's a
course.
cannabis shop like
bongs,
Probably
dongs,
3 or
and
4 on the
cannabis
block.
songs.
everybody has a shop, right?
Yeah.
But bongs,
Well, that's perfect.
bongs and dongs, and I'm thinking,
Bongs
well,
and
wait a minute,
dongs.
this is a brilliant model. They've combined, I guess, you know, sex with
Yeah.
smoking weed. I don't get the connection.
Yeah.
But, you know,
Why you've never got high and smoked had sex?
all the time. But
Yeah, see, with me, it's always you get high and you get the munchies. So we got to talk to Danny and see if he can come up with something new instead of country stop
You gotta-
burgers. It'd be
You
like,
gotta try some of that horny weed, bud.
there you go.
yeah,
Yeah,
Horny
you
weed?
gotta get some of that
There's such a
adventurous weed.
thing.
Oh yeah, there is actually.
What's that called?
There's a bunch of different strains that usually sativas.
Oh,
Yeah?
interesting.
well,
'Cause
I'm
because-
waiting. I've got to pull mine soon. I have. Remember, I told you Crinkle, and you said that's like a local strain. It's kind of loose.
Yep.
Buddy, I wish you were here right now. These buds, I took pictures of them. I can't show you online because I'm using my phone.
Yeah.
The buds are huge. Like I can put my hand around them like a baseball bat.
I'll take
And-
any you want to
and
get rid
they-
of.
Listen, they're hard. You can't fucking squeeze them. They're hard. They're solid. So
Yeah,
I'll
yeah.
get you some of that. I'll get you to some, Ringo. It
All
it
right.
looks like something that's really good.
I'll cure
And-
it. Give me as much as you want. I'll cure it for you.
Yeah.
Oh yeah,
There you go.
I'll do it my way if you want.
Teamwork, right?
You know what? I
Teamwork
know
makes the dream work.
the way I learned, so I would love to learn something else from someone else. So
Yeah.
I'm into that. Hell yeah.
You've tried mine before. It's all in the cure. Everything's in the cure.
Yeah. So I don't know all that shit. Right?
Yep.
I'm always learning. I'm always listening. So fuck yeah. Let's do it.
Yeah.
All right. We'll
All
get
right.
together.
All right. That's a
There we
that's a
go.
good strain. That's,
There we go again.
That's one I used to really like. That
Yeah?
Michael and Northern Lights were like my two favorite weeds growing up.
Well, That's what the guy was telling me. The guy got the little dudes from, right? And he said it was a very popular, very good, and he actually uses it to make all his
oils,
whatever.
and tinctures and stuff. Yeah.
yeah, he makes a lot of really nice stuff, right? He's got infused honey, the brownies I got you.
Have you guys ever heard of mountain honey? It's
I've
bees
heard-
who
I've-
actually harvest on weed, and they go and put it in their nest, and it's honey that's made from weed.
Okay, so honey that's made from weed, I get that.
It's supposed
If
to be
there's
almost
tons of weed
hallucinogenic.
plants around, but how does that affect the honey? Is the honey
Because
different?
I don't know. I'm guessing something to do with it processing it and spitting it back out.
Because the bees-
THC
the
is
bees
a
go-
psychoactive is a psychoactive ingredient or whatever.
Yeah.
Component, whatever it is.
Because bees get pollen off of flowers pretty much, right?
Yeah.
Now, a bloom on a pot plant doesn't really have pollen.
Oh yeah,
You've
they
got Well,
Ah,
but there's crystals. There's a lot more stuff involved there, right?
yep.
So I'm wondering if they pick all that up, if they get the gum from the crystals and
But-
bring that back to the hive.
But it's pollinating before it gets to the crystal stage.
Oh,
Right?
really?
Yeah, your plants
So how-
pollinate. That's how it
Okay.
becomes. It gets pollinated and then you bud. Right?
So yeah, so I see. I don't understand how,
So you have to have
This-
pollen from another plant.
but it's just pollen,
mixed
right? There's
together.
nothing in that yet, right? There's no
Pollen.
THC. There's
Life.
nothing. It's just pollen.
Yeah, but
Right?
that's how it makes the plant, right? If you get the wrong pollen,
Wow.
it turns it into a male, right? 'Cause
Okay.
you get like somebody fucking has a
Yep.
male plant down the road. It gets the pollen from the male, turns your plant
Uh-huh.
into a male. So it's the two pollens mixing together that makes your plant bud,
Okay. Gotcha.
or it makes your corn grow, or makes your flower.
Yeah.
flower.
Yeah. Wow. You should be here right now. I can see my breath. You guys can't see, but I can see my
Yeah.
breath. And I'm looking at it and I go, my hair is like, holy fuck. Like, thank God I got a white backdrop.
What have you got behind you there, Heiko? It looks like a curtain.
They're curtains. I'm outside.
Right.
Here. There, look. That's outside. That's my backyard. My hot tub's
Okay.
right behind me.
All
So
right.
I got
From
I got
inside your hot tub.
Yeah.
Fogging up
Yeah.
your camera.
I want to do that one day. It's just I don't want to drop the phone, right? Fuck.
This
No,
is
I
a
got,
cafe. We're learning about the birds and the bees here. Yeah,
Yeah.
the literal term about them.
So I have the
It's
the
Heiko's
lights.
horticultural
Look at-
hints. It's our
Yeah,
segment
look
we
at-
do every week.
look at the lights on the ceiling.
Yeah.
Nice.
Isn't that cool?
Oh, those are your sex lights, are they?
Yeah. And then I
Yeah.
got the fire going there on the table.
Oh, you got a
And I
gas
got-
fire and everything.
Yeah, they got the curtains all around me and stuff. It's pretty cool.
I
I
thought
love
you
it.
had a fucking wood fireplace that you were burning.
Well, earlier I was down in the backyard. I had a giant fire going.
Oh,
I had a nice bonfire going. It's just I want to do the show from there, but then I'd always have to leave the screen to go put more wood on the fire, right? So that would kind of suck. But
you got to make
hey.
a self feeder.
yeah, how do you do that, right? You just have like a ramp with wood on
Yeah, you
it or
just put it-
something? I don't know.
Angled, and then you just put a bunch of wood. You light it in the middle, and it slowly goes down. The only problem is if your wood is like say a little bit wet or something, and it
Yeah.
smolders, and only the center burns, and it starts going up. Kind of sucks.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, I could have the wheelbarrow like right beside me and just keep throwing wood in the fire pit. I don't know. But I figured this would be better, right? It's going to keep me warm. I'm enclosed here. So,
Beautiful night out, nice oxygen.
Yeah.
see, and that's what I miss because we
Okay,
used
so
to
which
all
one
be
of
in.
you guys was farting? Who was farting and burping when Al was on? I was laughing. I was trying not to laugh. Like that was
I
you,
burped.
wasn't it,
Me.
I burped, yeah.
Ah,
Oh,
Where
you
did
know.
Rico go? He didn't even say goodbye.
I know, he just
I
went,
know,
beep, he was
no.
gone.
fuck,
He
we're
just
lucky you didn't hit
disappeared.
the end broadcast button this time.
Oh,
Yeah, that's happened before. Well,
it has.
right on. So, do we have any other guests coming up the next couple of weeks, or is
Not
anybody
offhand.
booked in? Not offhand?
I think I'm gonna maybe talk to a couple people. And
Yeah.
see if we can get just get them to come on short, maybe like 10-15 minute type drop-ins, and see how that works. Maybe ask a couple questions, have a little spotlight on some people or something.
Can you see that? Can you see my breath?
No,
Almost.
No.
Almost.
no.
Danny from Country Stop Burgers, he was telling me a little while back he'd be interested in coming on the show.
Nice.
So I think we're
Yeah.
going to set that up. We got an empty week coming up. We'll get Danny on and some of your friends on.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Wicked.
And even some of our fans, if they ever want to come on, you guys just send us a message. Say, hey man, I want to be on the show. I want to bitch about what you guys are talking about.
Mhm.
and we'll throw you a link and we'll put you on. Like we've done it before and it's a lot of fun.
Well, on the
Kathy asked all our questions tonight.
Yeah.
What was that?
Kathy asked all our questions tonight. Like she
there
could
you
have.
go.
Yeah,
She
and she
on the show.
she did the backside. Like Kathy was
Yeah.
the rock tonight.
On fire.
She's been itching to get
like,
that
holy
backside
shit.
for a few weeks now because you had the last two high coach. You pissed her
Yes,
off.
I did.
So
I
she
got
got her own
lucky.
back tonight. She got her own tonight.
Oh, now look at her. Woo.
Yeah. But don't we have a guest on the 31st, the Halloween one? Your friend who's running for mayor in Uxbridge.
Oh, is Ryan coming on the 31st?
Yes.
Well, he said he was going to come on a week because it's a week after the election, right? He was going to come
Okay.
on. So
Well,
double check if he still remembers.
I'm gonna actually, while we're sitting here, I'm gonna Ryan, the mayor,
Ryan. Yeah.
I'm just gonna confirm on air, Ryan.
Yeah.
I'm gonna confirm that October.
What's his last name? Williams?
Oh, I wasn't gonna say that on air. Yes, but it is Ryan Williams for mayor of Brock Township.
So Ryan Williams, I had him here at the Sunflower Farm
Yes.
when we had the open mic night.
Right.
Yeah.
So what date we have him in for? The week
31st.
after?
The 31st. Halloween night. Yeah.
Okay, so I'm not sure.
So are we dressing up for Halloween or what the hell's going on for that?
Of course you do.
I mean, do we have to? I mean, scary as it is.
Speak for yourself.
You never know where I'm going to be for Halloween. So if I'm here, I'm here. If I'm not, I'm not.
All right.
Yeah.
I mean, you might get a gig that night with the band.
No, not on a Monday.
Are you going tricking or treating?
Yeah, I might go trick or treating. It all depends.
Yeah.
I'll have to see.
How do you do that at your place? Like to get on the ATV and ride to the neighbor's place? Because holy shit,
you grab a
it's
six
not like
pack,
you're in town.
You grab a 6-pack, you jump on the 4-wheeler, drop over to see Jeff. He gives you 3 more beers, fills up your kid with a full bag of Ruffles, a big bag, right? We don't mess around out here because
Yeah, no kidding, eh?
Because you don't actually buy Halloween candy; you just go grocery shopping.
Right.
And then you go over to neighbor Kathy's, and she gives you like an onion, and then
really?
And then you go and egg her car.
Yeah,
you go and egg her car for her the next day.
Yeah,
that
to
night.
TP your house.
Yeah, absolutely.
Well, you should talk to her and say, "Hey, listen, if you're going to give away onions, at least candy coat them or some shit, right? So the kids can eat them."
And then you go to Uncle Bob down the road who just wants to. He's got the candy in the white van, and it's always candy corn.
Oh, okay.
Bob's your uncle. Yeah. Well, actually, this is what I was drinking tonight, Hike. There's a bit of a glare on that. Hang on.
Okay, what do we got there?
I think it's especially for Halloween. It's Fear the Dark.
Bring it down.
Fear of the dark. Fear of the dark.
What's it say at the top there?
Maiden,
Iron Maiden. Oh, gotcha.
Iron Maiden beer, yeah.
Aren't they a bar band or something?
Yes, they are a bar band, yeah.
Yeah.
Coming to a bar near you. Yeah.
Oh, look at Kathy. She goes, yeah, it's because there's a delay. That's why Heiko beat me. Kathy, come on. I just knew it and you didn't.
Oh.
On the cover of the Rolling Stones.
That was the Flashpoint album, the live album. Yeah.
Well, Mr. Heiko, seeing that it is 11 o'clock.
Right.
Ringo's back
almost. We got 2 minutes.
Yeah, thanks for letting me in. Kicks me out.
Yeah. I got my nice fur blanket here. It's like, holy shit, it's cold out.
Yeah.
But it's nice. A furry blanket, yeah.
All right. Wow, your furry blanket.
Well, it's actually pretty cool because I got 3 sides enclosed with curtains, and I got the fire table going here, and so it's warm. Huh?
Can we get Wolfie on some night?
Oh yeah, sure. Any night.
Yeah, you know what? Have Wolfie come on. This way's good because we can't smell him.
He didn't smell last time I was in.
Yeah, let's get Wolfie and the nurse in. That would be fun.
Oh, yeah. No, hang on. She's not a nurse. What is she?
She is a surgeon?
A surgeon, yes. Because I remember that. People called the nurse, and she got all pissed.
Yes, and her name is Anesthesia, not Anastasia.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, anesthesia, like what you get.
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
Not Anastasia, like who you are.
Mm-hmm.
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
Perfect.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, let's do that. Let's set it up.
Ryan Williams for mayor of Brock Township.
All right, I'm gonna talk to Danny, and maybe we can get him on next week or the week after.
Who?
We'll
That's Danny from Country Stop Burgers in Ballard.
Absolutely.
Highway 48. Just.
We were just down there and got dinner the other day. Oh my God, it was awesome. I picked it up on a bike.
Joe went there. Joe Boone and Melanie.
Yes, they did.
Yeah, he's been working. Where's he working from? Georgina to Beaverton.
Oh wow.
Yeah. He's gonna be out. He's been staying like in Baldwin and stuff, right?
Yeah.
He dropped over.
Cool.
And was like, yeah, man, fuck. Should give Heiko and those guys a call if they're close. I'm like, yeah, we will one night.
Yeah,
Come
absolutely.
over, have a beer, whatever.
For sure. I'll do that. No
Yeah.
problem. I know where the pad is.
Yeah. Tell them to go over on a Monday night. Come on, Joe.
Yeah, on a Monday night. Yeah. Well, guys, man, it was another good show as usual. Thanks again for Al Joynes for being on. You know what? I listened to that guy like 25 freaking years ago, right? Al Joynes on Q107. It was amazing. He was a part of your day. You know, you're going to work in the morning or coming home at night and listen to Q, and there he is. And it's so cool having him on our show now. Huh?
Yeah, that's awesome.
Well, thanks, boys. It's great seeing you guys again. We'll see you next week. And I want to thank the fans that were part of our show tonight. Number one, again, I don't know how she does it, but Melanie is always the first guest to be on the show. Go. I want to throw the challenge out there and see if anybody can beat Melanie and be number one. Whether it be Kathy, Keisha, and anybody. Richard, let's see if you can beat Melanie next week because she's always got the number one spot. I'm looking at my list right now. Boom, 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 boom. The only one that's ever come close is Sandra. So
yeah, Sandra was on tonight, was she?
No, she wasn't here.
Oh.
She must have had a hot date or something like that.
Well,
so.
She's been vacationing a lot lately too. So
yeah.
So
she had a hot date on vacation.
Maybe she had a hot date. Hey, Sandra,
all right, guys.
when you're watching this on our show, which you can do, just in case of people out there don't know that, you can watch our show. You can watch back episodes, and you can get it at the Heikadelic Show. Just go into the video section, or you can get it off YouTube. And that's what you can do.
But you know what's cool about our show? Every Monday night at 9:30, you can watch us live anywhere in the world. Doesn't matter where you are. We are here.
Oh.
Yes. So there is no reason why you're not here too.
That's right.
So thanks, guests. Melanie, number one again. I'll give you the credit, but I think next week someone's going to kick your ass. And then we have Kathy, we have James, we have Keisha, Richard, and Danny, and once again, Al Joynes. Thanks, everybody, for being on the show. Thank you guys, for being here with me, and we're going to see you all next Monday night at 9:30 right here on the Heikadelic Show. Have a great week. Cheers. Where's my drink? Oh, there it is. Yeah. Cheers.
Well, that's another wrap for the Heikadelic Show, folks, so time to get dirty. And don't forget, listen in next week on Monday night and every Monday after that for the Heikadelic Show at 9:30 Eastern Standard Time. If you'd like more information on the Heikadelic Show, please find us at www.theheikedelicshow.com or .ca. We'll see you all next week on the Heikadelic Show. If you're interested in becoming a sponsor for the Heikadelic Show, it's easy. Just send us an email at info@theheikedelicshow.com. Meanwhile, you can browse our website at www.theheikedelicshow.com or .ca. Click on our sponsor tab and find out more information on sponsorships. Thanks for joining the Heikadelic Show, fans.